Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of the Inside Crypto Podcast. My name is 𝕬𝕤𝕤, your host for today. Actually, your host pretty much all the time. Today, I was hoping to get an interview done, but there is not going to be an interview. There should be one coming in about a week or 2 weeks or so. A former coworker of mine, we're going to talk about crypto and why he's not into crypto. And I think that might be interesting for some people who are sitting on the fence or who are just not interested maybe, and you want to hear why someone else is not interested in crypto. But this is going to be the 5th episode of a series of what happened in crypto. So today is February 26th, 2022. It's about 7:16 p.m. Taiwanese time. And I'm going to be talking about what happened this week in crypto. And it has been a week. I'm sure everyone is concerned. Russia invaded Ukraine, and that has had ripples everywhere, from the price of oil to the stock market to the crypto market, which went down and then came back up and is hovering around the current price change. So in this series, we go over the news of the week. We first off all check out CoinMarketCap, see how the market is doing. We're going to go over some sort of major stories, minor stories maybe, and then that'll be it. Roughly about a 20-minute, 25-minute episode as usual. And this should go up on the 27th at some point. And next week, we're going to have an AMA with Tyler and with James. And let's see how that goes. So as you can see, the top 10 cryptocurrencies at the moment, BTC, of course, 24% change for all these guys is up. The biggest change, of course, is Luna. And you've probably seen the news about that they had a 1 billion investment, something along those lines, which is why they're up the most. XRP is up. And again, let me remind you, nothing I'm saying is financial advice. XRP is up because some insiders, SEC insiders, have said that they're most likely to win their lawsuit against the SEC, or at least avoid anything terrible. I think someone suggested they might just pay a penalty similar to BlockFi, similar to other organizations. And then we have ETH is up as well. ETH was like at 2,300 a few days ago when everything happened. Solana back up. Solana hasn't changed too much. It was about 80 something, $83 when I checked on Binance a few days ago. And Avalanche, of course, up a fair amount, almost 6.5%. BNB's sort of been hovering around this for a while. And Bitcoin was at 34,000, again, I guess a few days ago when everything happened. But now everything seems to have recovered. So we can see pretty much green across the market. Tron down. That's another story itself. So the markets, despite the terrible news, despite the stock market, crypto is looking up. What the reason is for that, I'm not exactly sure, but that's something maybe we can think about before we talk about stuff that's happening next week. So here's the news that leads into that. It says cryptocurrencies turn positive after Biden introduces new sanctions against Russia. So this is written by Arjun Karpal on CNBC. So this is you probably guys would have seen this on Twitter. You would have seen it on social media that people are saying, the government's sanctioning Russia and the Russians and a lot of billionaires and people connected to Russia. This is why you need to have your money in crypto, because if the government's sanctioning your money is liquid. People have made the point that people in Ukraine had crypto, they could take their money with them, as opposed to when you flee the country and your money's in the bank, you're stuck, right? So you guys probably already know this, right? This is from February 24th, 2 days ago. The US sanctioned Russians, and a bunch of other countries have done it too. Taiwan has done it as well. This talks about how the market has gone up and gone down. This is a podcast about Ethereum as well. Cryptocurrencies have been under pressure since Bitcoin hit a record high of $69,000 in early November. Since then, Bitcoin has fallen nearly 50%. Yes, that is true. And this is it. It's a very short story. I guess the highlight of this is the sanctions. As we just saw on CoinMarketCap, that crypto is looking up. Despite sanctions, or maybe because of sanctions, crypto is looking up. And let's move on to our second story of today. So our second story today, I think this is really interesting. And I think a lot of people entering crypto, or people who had been in the space for a while. I've rarely been in the space for about 2 years, even though I've been mining since 2017, as people who listen to this podcast know, people who watch the YouTube channel know. I do know people who are living this kind of lifestyle. It's an all crypto lifestyle. So if you're listening on the podcast, right, on CoinDesk, this is where the story is from. You see a lady, she's on a beach chair somewhere. You can see the ocean in the background. She's got a coconut juice or coconut water right there. She's on her laptop, probably doing some trading, some staking, some DeFi stuff, some NFT trading. So this sort of brings to the conclusion that it gives you a thought exercise, is the right word, that you just had crypto, right? No fiat. Could you live your life? Could you buy stuff? Could you buy a house? Could you sell a house? Could you invest in your retirement? And without going into this article yet, right, because I like to talk about this stuff, that's why you guys are here, I think you could. Like, for example, I'm going to take the Taiwanese situation because I have not lived anywhere else for more than a decade. So if I had all my cash, all my assets in crypto, I had nothing in the bank, but I would still have to have a bank account because I need to convert my crypto into cash to do some things in Taiwan. An all crypto lifestyle is possible, but you still need a bank account, I would imagine, in the majority of the world, because unless you're living in El Salvador where you can pay with crypto for stuff. But in Taiwan, you could still keep all your assets in crypto and you could still live your life, but you still have to be converting stuff into cash on a monthly basis and paying tax on that cash, actually. Because Taiwan has a flat 5% tax on crypto. We'll get into that in another story. Let's have a look at this story. So it says, so you've made your first Bitcoin purchase, you've learned how to buy goods and services with cryptocurrency, you finally have a MetaMask wallet, and now you want to know if an all crypto life is possible, determining your investment thesis. This is a cool picture, Gen Z or younger consumers. I don't know if you guys know the guy, Daniel Mack. He does the YouTube car videos. And I think one of the days I was watching him and he interviewed a guy who had like a $2 million Lamborghini.
Dude, what the hell? Hey, excuse me, man. Your car's awesome. What do you do for a living?
I'm into virtual real estate.
Virtual real estate?
Yeah, I sell
what do you
NFTs.
mean? NFTs?
Yeah.
What do you mean by like virtual though?
Like you see mansions in the metaverse.
In the metaverse?
Yeah.
How much have you made a lot of money doing it? You bought this car doing that?
Yeah, I recently sold an NFT for 500,000.
500 of like a house?
Yeah.
In the metaverse?
Yeah.
It's like next to Snoop Dogg or something?
Something like that.
Near
yeah.
it? Oh my God. Dude, that's crazy, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
And the reason he got his Lamborghini was because this guy invested in the metaverse very early. And this is the rapper, right? Randy Hipper, an 18-year-old influencer. To decide if you want to go all in on Bitcoin, I use a variety of altcoins. This is also good advice. Then like choosing the right credit card, right? Because like crypto.com offers a credit card. So maybe you could do it all in crypto. Then even in Taiwan, if you had that crypto.com credit card or the BlockFi credit card, I know everyday purchases and bills, more than 1/3 of all small businesses now accept cryptocurrency as a form of payment in the US. That's impressive. A small handful of both utilities, mortgages, and other payments require ACH. Should you convert your savings? Crypto as an asset class is notoriously volatile, but thanks to its long-term uptrend, an increasing number of crypto believers feel it's okay or preferable to put their savings into Bitcoin, according to Harrington. So this is definitely a big decision because it is volatile. Again, not financial advice. I would never put all my savings into crypto as much as I love it, just because of the volatility, and it's always good to have that sort of your cash on hand or fiat on hand for emergencies, because like here with my local exchange, if you want to convert crypto into cash, it would still take about 3 days, right, if you did need cash. And there are loads of places in Taiwan where credit cards and debit cards are not possible, especially for food, so you need cash here anyway. Other places might be different. And anyway, investing for your future using crypto, reduce your debt. This is a cool article, definitely something worth reading. And let's move on to our next story. So our next story today is crypto will be a multi-chain world, Avril Labs president. So multi-chain means there are many different chains in the crypto universe. If you're just entering crypto, you're probably just figuring that out. And I will show you a picture just now about this. And basically Avril Labs, backed by the famous VC guy Andreessen Horowitz, Polychain Capital, is the company behind Avalanche blockchain. People are always talking about this in the media. What is going to be the number one blockchain? And you always hear headlines like the Ethereum killer. We don't hear so much about Bitcoin because Bitcoin is classed as digital gold these days, or the Solana killer, or the Avalanche killer, and the network speed, and Cardano, and Hydra, and that sort of stuff. But I think a lot of people are moving more towards the idea that crypto is a multi-chain world. is a place where Ethereum and Solana and Avalanche and all these sort of different chains and Cardano are going to coexist. And I've used this comparison before. It's Amazon and Target and Walmart, all these sort of big changes, despite Amazon being massive, right? Making so much money, doing so much business, they still have competitors who people go to, people are loyal to. And I feel that is going to be what's going to be happening with crypto. Like, I started off mining Ethereum, as you guys know, and I'm loyal to Ethereum. Even though I don't do any work or any trading on Ethereum anymore, I am still like, if I was rich or something, I'd be doing like NFT trading on Ethereum, or I'd be doing more stuff on Ethereum, like Curve and that sort of stuff. But yeah, and I think that people who only know Avalanche are going to be loyal to Avalanche, and people who only know Solana are going to be loyal to Solana. So this is this article just about this. Gaming will be a very powerful adoption mechanism. We can see that already with games like DeFi Land, with DeFi Kingdoms, with Axie Infinity, all these games on particular ecosystems. There's a crab game on, I can't remember what ecosystem. And this game is like using 50% of the network. If you guys remember Sunflower Land, which is like a farming Stardew Valley kind of game, that was like using 75% of the Polygon network traffic at one point when it was really big. Let's look at some change. ICP, you probably want to discount now, but Ethereum, Polkadot, Cardano, Solana, Binance Smart Chain, Zilliqa, Algorand, Avalanche, right? These are the different block times, blocks per second, finality, TPS, right? What a lot of people care about. Solana, of course, being the fastest. Avalanche, 4,500 per subnet. Number of validators, right? Ethereum being the most decentralized of a lot, with so many validators, with me being a validator as well. Cardano being number 2, which is impressive, right? So this is why it's going to be a multi-chain world, because of all these differences and speed limits and centralization and decentralization and the advantages of either strategy. Okay, let's move on to the next article now. Our next article today is going to be about NFTs, right? Because there can be a week where we don't talk about NFTs. Today's story, right? Global NFT sales hit record $7 billion in January, despite crypto slump. So I'm not surprised by this, because the NFT market is hot. You look at OpenSea, you look at Magic Eden, which we can look at just now, you look at Solana Art, you look at other NFT places, Rarible, Mintable, all these places, NFTs are doing big money, and people are making money off NFTs. If you Google NFTs on YouTube, you'll see tons of videos about people who do like the 1 ETH to 10 ETH challenge, where you buy an NFT at 1 ETH and you trade up, right? Making more money until you hit 10 ETH. Solana has the same thing with you buy an NFT at 1 Solana, and your goal is, or the challenge is, to get up to 10 Solana through trading. And people are doing it, right? Because people are interested in digital art, despite gamers like myself, but I mean, I like NFTs, but other gamers who just hate NFTs, right? NFTs have attracted a new class of investor to crypto, collectors, fans, mega celebrities. We've definitely seen a lot of that. We saw Lana Rhoades recently, who had an NFT and she rug pulled, and then she deleted her Twitter and stuff. Always be careful where you're putting your money. Always be careful what NFT project you're investing in, because NFTs are dangerous. Rug pulls happen all the time. When I started getting to Solana NFTs earlier this month, Balloons, which is an NFT project I almost invested in, rug pulled as well, which is a shame. So definitely an article to have a look at. Top NFT projects as of today, right? 24% in 3 lenders. So floor price was 2K at the moment, right? So 2K is about, we just looked at this on CoinMarketCap, at 2,700 ETH. So let's say 2,800. When you factor in gas fees as well. Let's go back here. So that is for a basic 3-lender NFT, right? That is 5,600 US dollars, right? And then they've done 18,000 worth of Ethereum in 24 hours. Tubby Cats, right? 13,000 Ethereum. Invisible Friends, 12,000 Ethereum. Bored Ape Yacht Club, of course, on top. Floor price is still very high, 89 Ethereum for one. NFT Worlds, the Minecraft stuff, Azuki stuff. I know some people there. So as you can see, NFTs still big money on Ethereum anyway. Solana as well, 24-hour volume, right? 77,542 Solana. One Solana price we just saw was about $90 or so. So that's still also a lot of money. Lots of projects going on, lots of different prices, and lots of cool art. NFTs, I think no matter how the crypto market is going to go, they're still going to keep growing. The biggest problem is going to get gamers into it, because that's the next logical step for NFTs. And I think a lot of gamers that I've seen on social media, YouTubers that I follow, are just really against it. Studios as well, because of environmental aspects. And I think that is not understood very well. And then also the idea of microtransactions. We talked about this on my other podcast, the Middle Age Gaming Show, as well. So we're done with NFTs. Let's talk about this as well, because it is February, so still have another 12 months of the year. 4 biggest threats to crypto in 2022. Let's look at some of these points, right? Wider economic conditions. With Russia, with the oil price growing up, oil is used for a lot of different things. With oil price going up, that's going to affect things. There's also the idea of microchips, right? CPUs, GPUs as well. Russia supplies some of the important components in CPU production. The news that I just saw just today, because the Russians hacked the Ukrainians and a bunch of other places. One of the places they hacked was NVIDIA, and NVIDIA's situation has been compromised. So that means we don't know how much that has set them back. And inflation is another concern, of course, because with the war affecting Russia, the price of stuff is going to go up. Ukraine is a big corn supplier to Russia. And if the Russians, knock on wood that they don't do it, but they take hold of Ukraine, that corn is going to go to them. But what about the other corn for everyone else? Increased regulation. We're going to talk about that just now. Some good, some bad. Another big news story as well was that China banned Bitcoin. So it's anybody who's trading in Bitcoin. And if you're in Telegram, if you're in Discord, still quite a few people from China are still doing business with crypto and still working crypto and still dealing with crypto. Trading Bitcoin, it just mentions Bitcoin, that they could go to jail for up to 10 years, which is bad. So let's keep going. All right. Our top crypto plays in the token, here's why. Potential collapse of Tether USDT or other stablecoins. So Tether has been a story for as long as I've gotten seriously into crypto. People don't know what is backing USD Tether. So all these stablecoins are supposed to have $1 of backing for $1 of coin on the blockchain. Tether has shown that they do have the backing, but we're not sure what that backing consists of. Is it actual physical cash that they can liquidate? That sort of stuff. And then the last thing is scams and fraud. We talked about rug pulls. We talked about the scams that were going on. Celebrities promoting really weird cryptocurrencies like EtherMax and Squidcoin last year. So definitely please be careful. And our last story we're going to talk about today is India's crypto advertising guidelines are out. All right, India is legalizing crypto, but basically this is very interesting in a sense in that this could be a framework for other countries to say, yes, crypto advertisements can happen. We know Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg are all about crypto. Reddit's getting into crypto as well. So like I've seen tons of crypto adverts on Reddit and Facebook recently. This sort of explains the primary guideline requires all VDA, virtual digital asset products, and VDA exchanges or featuring VDAs to carry the following disclaimer. Crypto products and non-fungible tokens are unregulated and can be highly risky. There may be no regulatory recourse for any loss from such transactions. This sort of rings bells for smoking advertisements and stuff like that. So, okay. So this goes along the rules that sort of the Indian government has set up for crypto. And crypto is really big in India. We've had a few guests from India. Quite a few guys in the 𝕰𝕚 community are Indian people, and we're glad to have you as well. So it says here in November, the Prime Minister of India, he met with committees to talk about regulatory prospects for cryptocurrencies. And it's interesting, and I think it's good for India that a lot of crypto projects in India can start to advertise and start to draw people in. And at least it has that disclaimer, even though we know people are famous for not reading disclaimers. But I think this bodes well for the future. Let's go back. So guys, thank you very much for watching. I'm going to be trying to organize interviews. We launched solely and it was so busy, so many different things going on that I haven't had chance to organize guests. If there is a guest that we've had in the past that you would like them to appear, please let me know. If you're listening to this podcast and you want to appear and talk about your crypto experience, please let me know. I'm always in Telegram 7 days a week, and I'd love to have somebody on. This week, please stay tuned for, like I mentioned before, Tyler and James. They're going to be doing an AMA with 𝕿𝕠𝕝𝕝𝕠𝕟 𝕊𝕠𝕝, which is one of our constituents for Soli. And then I will be doing a last week in Pico on the weekend or on Friday next week sometime. Thanks very much for listening, guys. I appreciate it. I appreciate your support. And I hope to talk to you during the week. Okay, take care, guys.